everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Raptor, Call of the Shadows. I am your host, MeleeWizard, and this was pretty much my introduction to vertical scrolling shooters. This game was originally made back in 1994, but it has been repackaged a couple times for more modern systems. This particular version was made back in 2010, and I got it from GOG. It pretty much plays exactly the same, it's just the font's been touched up, music's been touched up, graphics to a minor extent, but like it all pretty much looks and feels just like the original did. And let's just go ahead and start things off and go and put in my name here, and for my call sign, if you recognize that name, you already know why I chose it. Let's see. I'm gonna start off doing rookie mode for reasons that I'll explain in a bit. But before going into missions, I'm gonna go into the supply room and I'm going to buy this ion scanner. This will show me the boss's life meter whenever I happen to see one. Alright, and we got 3 different regions here. Each region has 9 waves. And for the purposes of this LP, I'm going to be doing 3 waves per video. So just try to keep things consistent, and when it gets to the later things, editing might need to be involved. We'll see. And whenever you finish one segment of 9 waves, the difficulty level goes up. So, but the thing is, you can do these regions in whatever order you want. Like you could do like 3 waves from here, then start in Bravo, then do 3 waves in Tango for if you want. But whenever you finish a wave 9, that's what causes the difficulty to go up. And I'm just gonna start here in Bravo sector, or just do autopilot since that's where it'll take me. And you start off with this quote-unquote pea shooter little machine gun here, which it definitely serves my purpose for the time being. And the main difference between the difficulty settings is basically the number of enemies that show up. It's like the higher the difficulty setting, the more enemies there are. But there is one other thing. If you, at least in rookie mode, if you stop shooting, you'll actually slowly regain health. I forget which difficulty it happens on, but either on Veteran or Elite, that little feature goes away. I don't remember which one. Hopefully it won't really be much of an issue. And pretty much if any sort of buildings or ground structures you can destroy as well, and everything you destroy gives you money. And there is a way to, well, I'll get to that in a bit. Whoa! Okay, I'm surprised I didn't get hit there. Aha! Our first new weapon, the air-to-air missiles, which pretty much is exactly what it says it is. It will pretty much insta-kill anything that it hits at this phase of the game, outside of bosses, naturally. And with that, I'm going to get into at least mention one thing about this game, that it is possible to money grind, but it's not the simplest thing, I guess. Because if you were to, well, if you die, then it just kicks you back to the title screen, but if you can exit a wave while you're still in it, but you would lose all of the money that you got from killing these enemies. However, you do keep whatever equipment you find. So by doing that, using this stage as an example, you could go in, basically go up until you get the air-to-air missiles and leave. And you can get multiple copies of this weapon, I guess, and you can sell them off for a profit. I'm not going to do that here and now. If anything, I'll probably do that after Wave 9 of Bravo Sector. because there is one weapon that I really want to have, and it's technically not the most powerful weapon. I might show off all said weapons later on, but there is definitely one weapon that I'll be using for the brunt of this once I actually have it. Though I don't expect to be able to afford it before finishing off Bravo Sector, because there are other things that I like to buy too, weapons that I don't actually have to choose between. And there is the boss. And that is that. Whew. Okay, so can I afford anything else here? And Mega Bomb, it's a screen clear, but it does have a time delay on it. Phase Shield, no. So, no, I can't afford anything right now. The weapon in question that I really want to have is the Pulse Cannon here. Like I said, I'll be showing that off whenever I get it, but yeah, meanwhile, it's not as powerful as the couple lasers, but I'll explain my preferences in due time. And the difference between selectables and the always equipped. Your missile weapons, and including the pulse cannon and the lasers, you can only have one of them active at a time. Meanwhile, your micro missiles and your micro missile and the like are basically, it's always active. Pretty much along with the little machine gun that you saw that was still active even when I had the air-to-air missiles. So with that, onwards to Wave 2. And hopefully I won't be having to, now that I've explained as much as I have, I probably focus more on the actual gameplay. And as you can see, on the right side rather, is your health bar. On the left side is, if you have any phase shields, that will be your shield meter for that. And you can buy as many as, you can have as many as 5 of them, as far as actually purchasing them. But if in the Tango Sector and the Outer Regions, I believe it was called, you can actually find them as items, and that way you can have actually more than 5, assuming you can actually not get hit for that long. Oh boy, those... Suffice to say, I am more familiar with the shareware version, which only includes Bravo Sector. So, the Tango and Outer Regions are going to be interesting, shall we say. Yeah, especially since there are some enemies, some of the weapons that some of these later enemies have are quite scary, to be fair, to put it mildly. And yeah, some enemies drop these little gold nugget things that give you more money if you pick them up. I don't know what the point of that is, but since the enemies give you money by destroying them anyway, but every little bit counts. Ah! You got me from behind there. Ooh, what we have here, that is some extra money. Nice. Yeah, I could have gone after that other one, but I was afraid I was going to get hit. And while they're not doing much damage now, I'd rather not get complacent about that sort of thing. And while there isn't really a heck of a lot to look at here and now, as things go on, there'll be a lot more stuff, including stuff that's on the ground that'll be attacking you. And This is one of those rare bosses that doesn't have a tracking weapon. So I am going to destroy some of these structures for a little bit of extra money. Ah, darn you. And I guess we'll show off the health regen. There we go. While it's not regenerating at a fast rate, it can definitely make the difference between living and dying if you're in a tight spot. And you might have noticed that these bosses, their health meter is only half full. That, when we go to the next difficulty setting, that will change. Okay, so I know I can afford something now. Let's see, there's the plasma cannon, which is good. And I can't afford the micro missile yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get the plasma cannon. And go into wave 3. And wave 3 will have our next selectable weapon, since that seems that's relevant. And while these, like this little weapon that I just bought, plus the micro missiles that I'll be buying later, they may not do a lot on their own, but like I say, it's basically in concert with all of the other weapons that I have. So it's like I said, every little bit counts. And goodness knows, more damage is never a bad thing, especially when you're not having to sacrifice anything for it. And is this it? Yep, that is the air-to-ground missiles, which at this point will pretty much one-hit kill anything that's on the ground. And that will be relevant pretty soon. And yeah, there's a button for you to change weapons. And once you get used to it, you can change your weapons rather quickly. We got these things again. Yeah, when you're on the higher difficulties, there are a ton of those. So it may not be much now, and they may not give much money, but when in large quantities, woo boy. And if you can time your shots such that the air-to-air missiles pretty much are aimed right at the enemies, you can take them out real fast. Ah, darn it. Oh geez, I see where my health is, and yep. Remember when I said that there'll be stuff on the ground? That one I don't really like, because those are track shots. There are some that aren't quite as bad. Please give me health, thank you. And not only, there aren't just stationary targets on that. There's also like tanks and the like that we'll be seeing later. Okay. And we're at the boss already. And this one actually doesn't have missiles. And yep, I was in a really... Yeah, die you. Whew. Alright, and there you have it. I think that serves as a good introduction to things, and I probably shouldn't be saving after every wave just in case something... actually I probably should save after every one, because if I because if I die, it'll go back to last time I saved. I'll have to see if I can copy save files or something. So I guess join me next time when I start up on wave 4 and blow some more stuff up. So until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice day.